Each of us likes to feel loved. When we invite guests for a meal, we like to go to a little bit of extra trouble to make them feel welcome and to make them feel as though each one of them is special. Now that doesn't just happen. You have to plan your preparation, you have to plan your cooking, you have to plan your service, and so it's all thought through very carefully ahead of time.
An attractive bowl of flowers sets the scene. In this case, I've got some beautiful pink roses. These roses have had their outer petals turned back a little like this. It makes a more spectacular display. We always print individual place cards so that each guest knows they have a special place at the table. For the table centre arrangement, I placed miniature white arum lilies inside a clear glass container and submerged them in water. I love to use candlelight for the warm, welcoming ambience.
Oh no, not more candles!
We always like to display a menu so that guests can anticipate the meal. One half of the salmon duo is salmon pie. This is simple to make but delicious. You just prepare the pastry base, add salmon mixture and topping and bake. Whilst it's still warm, place a slice on the serving plate with a wedge of lemon. A curl of smoked salmon with a few capers, cucumber slices and baby tomatoes chopped into small segments, and a rosette of thinly sliced cucumber. Extra virgin olive oil and white wine vinegar is used as dressing on the salad.
Here's the recipe.
Now they're serving the meal.
Now the lentil and zucchini soup. Take the zucchinis, or courgettes if you are British, and chop them roughly. Put them in a pot with some good stock and the red lentils to simmer for about an hour and a half. The stock must be salt-free if it is used to cook lentils. When the lentils are very soft, take a small saucepan with about 60 ml of good olive oil and heat until convection is apparent. Drop in a few cumin seeds. If they bubble furiously, the oil is hot enough, so toss in the rest. Stir until they start to brown a little, and immediately toss in the chopped garlic and remove from the heat. Allow the garlic to sizzle for about 20 seconds, then stir in the turmeric and pour it into the soup. Blend it thoroughly and then leave it to simmer gently for another half hour to develop the flavours before serving.
Here's the recipe.
The main course is roast lamb. The cut of lamb must be free of excess fat. You will find that the larger pieces of fat are separated from the flesh by a membrane, and it is simple to remove them if you follow the membrane with a sharp knife. I am serving a generous piece of lamb, cooked with the bone in, together with vegetables, for every 2 people. These pieces are 8 to 10 centimetre thick cuts that my butcher took from the top end of lamb legs. Each piece is wrapped in several thicknesses of baking paper, surrounded by a selection of vegetables. Here I'm using zucchini, sweet capsicum and potatoes. The process is facilitated by using a bowl somewhat larger than the piece of lamb as a mould. Top it off with oregano and crushed garlic cloves. I also add 2 or 3 slices of Greek preserved lemon. These are optional, of course, but I make up a few jars of these from time to time, and I always use them with lamb or roasted fish. A sprinkle of salt and plenty of fresh ground black pepper, plus a good drizzle of olive oil, and then wrap up the parcel and tie it with kitchen twine.
Ready for the oven.
Make a nest for each parcel with aluminium foil to keep in any juices that have escapist ideas, and then into the oven at 180 to 200 for 20 minutes. Then lower the temperature to 130 for 3 to 4 hours. Halfway through, turn over the lamb parcel and replace it in its nest of foil so that the vegetables soak up as many juices as possible. Then open up the lamb, drizzle it with some more olive oil, sprinkle it with a few crumbs of feta, and then brown it in a high oven for 10 to 15 minutes. You may then serve it in the paper as it is, or arrange the elements on a heated serving dish. Each couple also receives a side dish of steamed vegetables, topped with a few dollops of butter and a sprinkle of Parmesan cheese.
Now for my 5-minute dessert. Purchase a tub of good quality chopped mint ice cream, and by the time you get home from the supermarket, the ice cream should be soft enough to put half of it into a spring-form cake tin. Then place a layer of chocolate-coated honeycomb chopped into smallish pieces and top with the rest of the ice cream and press it all down. Refreeze it, preferably for at least 24 hours. Just before serving, decorate the ice cream cake with grated chocolate, raspberries, or especially purchased edible flowers.
Oh, the mandatory group photo!
That's all, folks. I thought you had gone.